I'm so glad. All right. Hey y'all. Happy Wednesday. What are you doing today? Just got done trying to help someone find their lab, find their little precious doggy. We found him. We found him. We found him. Whoever that is, thank you for being in this live. We can't see you, so don't let me scare you away by acknowledging you. Take this acknowledgement, okay? Because I appreciate you. I appreciate you for being in here. We just got done looking for a dog, and we found him. We found him. So I don't know. Maybe he left home. I don't know what happened. He got a little turned around, I guess. But he's back home now. He's back home now. We're doing long strides today. Long strides today. Put the knees to work a little bit. Put the knees to work a little bit. Hope you guys have had a wonderful Wednesday. I hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday. It's hump day. It's hump day. Have you gotten over the hump? Have you gotten over the hump? Well, if you're on the hump, just ride it out. Ride it out. Ride it out. It'll start to get lower and lower and lower. And you'll be on that other side of the hump. Okay? Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back, back. Like a Big Mac. We're back like a Big Mac. Listen, y'all. Look, let me tell you something. I know a lot of us, now some people are healthy eaters and they eat healthy day in and day out, and that's good. Okay? And some of us are majority healthy eaters. All right? We eat healthy the majority of the time. But it's not everybody, I'm sure. But for a lot of us, whoever had a McDonald's growing up, every now and again, what? You just want a nice Big Mac. Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate you. You just want a nice Big Mac. All right? You do. You just want a nice Big Mac. Let me tell you, I haven't had a Big Mac probably since one day last summer. Something like that. But it was good. It was good. So there's nothing like having a guilty pleasure, and that guilty pleasure ends up tasting good. A nice hot Big Mac, okay? A nice hot Big Mac. Because what's key? You want to be a healthy eater, that's great, that's fine and dandy, but moderation, when you indulge in the guilty pleasures, moderation is key. All right? So you can be the look, I've got friends that they eat healthy day in and day out. But every now and again, not even when it's like a get together or an event, every now and again, I got one, they find something healthy to please their guilty pleasure, okay? They find something healthy to eat to please their guilty pleasure that's like, healthy and sweet. Hey, Shawanda. How you doing, Shawanda? Happy Wednesday. But then I got a couple of other friends. They eat healthy, but every now and again, one of them, like me, enjoys a nice Big Mac. Okay, do y'all like Big Macs? Or is Whopper your burger of choice? Or what is it? What is the big thing at Wendy's? I don't even know because I don't do the fast food like that. Now, I will get some fast food, but I don't know the names of stuff. I don't know the names of stuff. But every now and again, even when you're a healthy eater, you just want a nice Big Mac, okay? A nice big Whopper. All right? A coney dog, a chili dog, a coney dog from Sonic's. Every now and again, you want to cheat a little bit. Now, that being said, most of us, when we do eat healthy, we have 1 or 2 cheat days. One is best for me, because if you decide that you want to really act up that week, then you can maybe do 2. But if you're already cheating twice a week, and then you spill over into day 3, come on now, you almost half and half. We got to get it together, people. We got to get it together. So 1 cheat day is more rewarding, okay? 1 cheat day is more rewarding for me. Every now and again, I get in the mood, like over the summer, you're vacationing, and you're out and about, or you're just chilling. So some weeks then, I'll cheat twice a week. But I think 1 is optimal, because when you slide back, you backslide, or you slip up, then that means you've cheated twice, or you had a cheat day twice, and that's good. That's the bare maximum that you need, okay? If you're trying to eat healthy and classify yourself as a healthy eater, no more than 2 days, no more than 2 days. But 1 is optimal. 1 is optimal for me, and the way I think of it. 1 is optimal, should be optimal for anybody, but absolutely for me. Absolutely for me. Because, sometimes you go to a wedding, a party, a get-together, something at work, and you see that stuff and you want to splurge a little bit too, So you might go into cheat day number 2. Or you may not have any of that going on, and you're just at home, and you just want to cheat, all right? You just want to cheat. But you got to be careful when you talk about having 2 cheat days a week, because 3 and 4 can slip up on you real quick. 3 and 4 can slip up on you real quick. Okay, guys, so yeah, 1 cheat day a week is optimal for me. And, I feel like that should be optimal for everybody. But, again, we do have those situations where we just don't feel like cooking, whether it's healthy food or not. And we kind of splurge on that second day. But if you're going to have 2 cheat days, you better be real careful with that, okay? Because if you have 2 designated cheat days when it comes to your food, you can easily spill over into day 3 or 4. You can easily spill over into day 3 or 4. All right? And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You can easily spill over into day 3 or 4. So 1 cheat day a week is optimal for me. But again, we're human. Crap, sometimes we just want to let it go. Like I was saying, I got one friend who never cheat, or if their cheat day is still something healthy. It's just sweeter. You know, it's healthy, a little bit sweeter, but yet healthy. I got a couple, they don't even eat sweets, so they don't really have a problem. And see, when you don't like sweets, it's easier to stay consistent with eating healthier. When you don't like sweets, it's so much easier to eat healthy. Now, just because you don't like sweets doesn't mean you're a healthy eater. Because, you know, you got to watch that grease, you got to watch that fat, you got to watch that cholesterol. You got a lot of people who don't like sweets, but they like greasy foods. They like the hamburgers. they like the hamburgers. They like the ham. You know, they like a lot of red meat. Or even though they like a lot of processed foods. You know, crackers. They aren't sweet, but they're carbs. What do carbohydrates break down into? Sugars. Sugars. So you don't want to eat too many carbohydrates either. Just because you're not eating the sweet ones doesn't mean you're not getting a lot of sugar. Okay? Just because you're not eating the sweet ones doesn't mean you're not getting a lot of sugar. Hold 1 second. So I have some friends, they get their sugar through fruits. Through fruit. Different types of fruit. Different types of fruit. That's how they get their sugar. And that's a great way to get it. Because it's healthier that way. You know, you get the vitamins and minerals that way. Especially if you make sure that you have colorful fruit. Think of Skittles when you eat your fruit. Yellow, bananas, pineapples, red, strawberries, raspberries, blue, blueberries, blackberries, the melons, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew melon. Okay? What's going on, Triple Darkness? Stay active. How you doing? Sexy legs. Oh, bro, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. How you doing? Where you been? So we got traffic, y'all, so we're just going to march. We're going to keep moving. Okay? We keep moving. When the traffic picks up a little bit, we keep moving. We keep moving. Pull those knees up. Pull them up. Pull them up. Pull them up. Pull them up. You're good. That's good. Chilling. That's good. Pull those knees up and march. All right? March. And keep moving. Let that traffic go by and just keep moving. Keep moving. Y'all, we just found the dog. Okay, my neighbor's dog went missing. He's a new neighbor. So I think the dog just kind of got out of sorts. You know, a friendly dog, a lab. You know, labs are friendly. Labs are friendly. But hey, listen, y'all know me. Any dog I don't know has a mouth. So I can't take him to be friendly just because of the breed. I can't take him to be friendly just because of the breed, right? I can't take him to be friendly, but he was friendly. He was friendly. We found him. Y'all, he looked like he was just like, you would have thought he was a human, okay? He was stressed and happy at the same time. Triple's laughing. Yeah, he was stressed, but he was happy at the same time. He was so glad to see his owner. So glad to see his owner. And he had gotten quite a bit of ways away from home, okay? He had gotten quite a bit away from home. But technically he was still in the neighborhood. But you know, I've always heard that labs are friendly dogs. So fortunately for him and his owner, nobody scooped him up. You know, nobody scooped him up. And the way he was looking, if somebody had gotten that dog, y'all, he was not going to be a happy dog. It would have took a while. Because he was so happy to see that guy. It was like, that's his papa. That's his big papa. That's his daddy. That's his daddy. So, Triple Darkness, stay active. You've been chilling. I've been chilling too. Just chilling too, you know. So much going on in the world. We got a ceasefire today. Not sure how long it's going to last. But for those who follow politics, who follow other nations, you know, who follow the news, we got a ceasefire. I don't know how long it's going to last. But however long it lasts, It's just good to have it. Okay, that's a step in the right direction. All right. So let's just hope it pops up. Thank you guys for those thumbs up. I appreciate you. We're just chilling today, taking some long strides today, working those hip joints. Gonna take some long strides. All right. Pull those knees every now and again and march. Boom, boom, boom. And march. Yeah, I like it when it's cold. When I think about how cold you can get, if you're blessed and fortunate enough, you can always get warm. Find a warm spot, a warm place. But when it's burning up and it's hot outside, you can always find an AC too. But when it's time to go home, look, that AC got to come on. That power bill is going up. And in the winter, that heater's got to come on. That power bill is going up. So what do you guys prefer? I like both, but I think I prefer summer. It's a little bit easier to travel when it's hot, as long as it's not like a heat wave or something, you know, because in the winter, you can have snow. Depending on where you are, you can have snow, or where you're going, you can have ice. You know, it gets down in the wintertime. And in the winter, you got to wear all these clothes. I like to come up out of the pants, you know. When I'm working out, I like to work out in shorts. I like to work out in shorts. But hey, I take them both. I take them both. I'll take winter. I'll take summer. All right. I take the blessings. I take the blessings. I take them both. But in the wintertime, you got to dress up. You can't be out here playing, okay? You can't be out here playing. You better remember what your granny told you. Hard head make a soft patootie. All right? You out here running and jogging, thinking because you're generating heat that it's okay to be out here in 20 degree, 30 degree weather. You better check yourself, okay? Check yourself. Check yourself. Believe you me, I used to do it, y'all. I be wanting to do it so bad, just come outside. Like right now it's nice. Right now it's like 50 degrees. I wanted to come outside and work out in shorts so bad. But I was like, nah. If I don't do nothing else, and if I didn't do it when I was a young kid, I'm doing it as an adult. You better pay attention to what your grandparents and your parents and your great-grandparents and all those ancestors, your aunties and your elderly cousins taught you. Put some clothes on that butt, okay? Put some clothes on that butt. But you go out there with those shorts on and it's 50 degrees, even if it's 50 degrees, because they see certain people jogging around, it's like 50 degrees, and they're looking like, I can see my auntie now. That girl done lost her mind out there jogging in them shorts, and it's cold out here. Anybody ever told y'all that? You better pay attention to the clothes that you put on. Now, don't overdress. Don't overdress in the winter. But you better darn sure not underdress either. Put you some clothes on, you know, because you can always unlayer, take your jacket off, wrap it around your waist and keep going, okay? Keep going. Make sure you layer up with thinner clothes so that when you take your jacket off, you don't have to take off 2 jackets. Have y'all remember that back in the day when we were kids? Man, my mom would put us on 2 jackets. Especially when they came out with the sleeveless jackets. You know, the jackets just covering your chest and your back. Man, we'd have something on like that, or your sweaters. Sweaters used to really be in. Have on a sweater, have on a t-shirt up under your sweater, right? Then maybe a button-up sweater and a coat, a good, nice, big jacket or a coat. My parents, my aunties, my family, my friends, our parents back in the day used to have us dressed down for the winter. Okay? They'll tell you it's better to take it off than to be somewhere and be too cold. Even if your classroom ends up being cold. So it was nothing for me to send my kids to school in a t-shirt. They got on a t-shirt or an A shirt up under there. That's the first layer. And if they weren't wearing a sweater that day, it's going to be an A shirt, a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, and depending on how cold it is, a sweater to button up, and a jacket, a nice big jacket / coat on top of that. So they had 4 layers. Man, they used to be like, Ma, I had to take that off. Like, that's all good, you take it off in the classroom. But when you get ready to go to recess, put your sweater on at least. So that way you got on your t-shirt, okay, or your A shirt, your long sleeve shirt, that's basically your outfit for the day. And then you can put on your sweater. Because you know, when they go to recess, those kids get to running around. So they do generate heat. So you don't want them overly dressed either in the winter. You don't want to overdress in the winter. You don't want to overdress. So I'm like, you can leave that coat in the closet when you're at school. All right? But when you go outside, take that sweater with you. And if you just get too hot out there, take it off. So at least they got on a t-shirt up under their regular clothing. All right? And then if you get too cold, grab your sweater. Don't forget to leave that sweater. Y'all, ooh, you ever had kids just forget to leave their clothes at school? My kids were good about bringing their clothes home, but there used to be so many clothes in the, what do you call that box that they have in the office? A box filled with clothes that kids forgot. A lot of kids forget their clothes. Just leave them at school, never claim them. Can't remember where they put them. Can't remember where they are. But yeah, like y'all keep on that t-shirt. Keep on your shirt for the day. That's your outfit. And put on that sweater when y'all go to PE. Put on that sweater and go to PE. And if it's real cold, they shouldn't be taking you outside anyway. But just in case they do, put on your coat. Put on your coat. But usually, if you wore your t-shirt, your regular shirt, and a sweater or a light jacket, you're good. You're good. You're good. It's been 22 minutes. I'm thinking about 30 minutes today because I got started a little bit later today out here. But I don't know. I don't know. We may do an hour. I don't know. I'm thinking 30 minutes right now. Just depends on how I feel at the 30 minute, 40 minutes. The 40 minute mark, see, it just depends on how I feel. Okay? If somebody comes in here and we get to talking. The past 2 lives, y'all, we've been having a blast, okay? We've been having a blast the past couple of lives. We've been talking, chit-chatting, just having fun. All right? And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Come on here and kind of relax and release, relate. All right? Relax, release, relate, resolve. Reassess. Reacclimate. Okay? Get reacclimated. Rejuvenate. Get rejuvenated. Refocus. Reset. Regroup. Reset. Restart. And remember, as always, professional, personalized disclaimer. Anything you see me do over here, which I don't do a lot, because you have to be really careful about what you do on social media or hear me say as far as fitness or anything related to health, please contact your primary healthcare provider before doing anything that you hear me talk about doing or see me doing or anyone else for that matter, okay? Discuss things with your primary healthcare providers. Have open lines of communication with your doctor, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant. If you've had injuries in the past, your physical therapist, your occupational therapist, even if you don't go to them anymore. Usually they're okay with you calling, asking a couple of questions. Your nutritionist or your dietitian, because for many of us, half of it is in what? The diet. Half of it is in the diet, okay? Your specialty doctors for any other special issues you may have. Always contact them, have open lines of communication between all of them and you. What do I tell you guys? They are your healthcare team. They form a circle around you. I call that circle an atom. You are the nucleus of that atom. And the nucleus is the most important part of any cell. Now, they are very, very important. Okay? Because that's your healthcare team. So communicate. Be open with them. All right? Be open with them. And over here in Lions Pride, we drop nuggets. I drop nuggets sometimes that I hope that you guys can take away and see if they can help you, your family, friends, someone you know, your coworker, your classmate. And you guys drop nuggets in the chat as well. And I pick up a lot of the nuggets that you put down. All right? But what you need to do is when you do pick up a nugget, whether it's here or anywhere on social media, do your research. Use reputable sources and do your research. Find out the information that you need to know and apply it in ways that will be helpful for you and those you love. Apply it in ways that's conducive to bettering your life and improving your health and fitness. People say that your health is your wealth. That is true. I say your health and your fitness are your wealth, okay? Your health and your fitness level are your wealth, okay? Because you can have the great numbers, but how do you feel still? How do you feel? What are you eating, okay? When you exercise, it can be for weight loss. It can be to be fit. You're not trying to lose weight. You just want to maintain, but you want to be fit. It can be to get a mental release, a spiritual release, an emotional release, okay? So working out, exercising helps in a lot of ways, in the plethora of ways, okay? A variety of ways. And do what works for you. Listen to your body. Don't try to do what the next person does. If you can and you enjoy that, fine. But if you can't and you know you can't, stop trying to compete where you don't compare, okay? Stop trying to compete where you don't compare. Do what you can do. Because when you do the things that you can do that come easy for you, you want to challenge yourself, of course, but you want to do the things that come easier for you so that you can build off of that. That creates your platform. The things that come easy for you are your platform, and you build from there. The more you work, the more you do it, the more you grind, you continue to build from there. Okay? Yeah, we don't know these people on YouTube. We don't know each other. You're trying to compete where you don't compare. You're trying to compete with a former track star. Okay? A former football player, baseball player, softball player, basketball player, gymnast. And they can't do probably what they did when they were at their level of competition, but they can darn sure do a heck of a lot better than the average person. So you don't know who those people are on here. You could talk to someone on YouTube every day who used to run track, and you out here trying to do what they do. You never ran track. And even if you did, maybe you weren't on their level. Maybe they weren't on your level. So as people, stop trying to compete with people you don't know. You'll wear yourself out. You'll wear yourself out. You're competing with the unknown. You think that you know them because you see them on here and you see what they're doing, but you're competing with the unknown. So I compete with the person that I was earlier today, yesterday, the day before. All right? You want to work your body. Work your body, work your body. Make sure you don't hurt your body. Work your body, work your body. Walk, walk, walk. Let them see you walk, walk, walk. Put a twist in the step, put a twist in the step, put a twist in the hips, put a twist in the hips, put a twist in those arms, okay? Walk, 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 walk. But, of course, now, the first thing everybody says is walking is their favorite thing. Okay, got you good. Okay, got you good. But honestly, it's the easiest thing. So get out here and do what's easy for you. The more you do it, the more you want to do it. The more you do that, the more you want to explore other things. Because walking is a blessing. But there are so many other cardiovascular aerobic activities that you can do, right? Get those legs and skip. Walk, skip, jog, run, get up and dance in place, right? Dance around the house. You don't have to dance in place. Walk in place. You got a treadmill, put it to work. You got a mini stepper, put it to work. You got a walking pad, put it to work. You got a stationary bike, put it to work. An elliptical, put it to work. You got a bicycle that you can ride outside, put on that helmet and those pads, those shoulder pads, those ankle pads, those elbow pads, knee pads, hip pads if you need to. There are pads for all joints of your body, okay? Put those pads on. You got some foot issues, some feet issues. Use some of those supportive devices that they sell right in your local Walmart. Put those things on, okay? And get out there and skate. Skate. There are 80, 90-year-old people who can skate. If you can go mountain climbing in your area, do that. All right? Go swimming. If it's warm outside, swim outside. If it's cold, go to an indoor pool. I think I just told y'all 17 things today that you can do. Go out there and play basketball with your kids. If you have grandkids, with your grandkids. You don't have any kids, with your nieces and nephews. You don't have that, play with your neighbors' kids. Play with your neighbors. All right, get the adults in the community out there to a weekly kickball game, tag football game, flag football game, not tag. But you can play tag. That's another stop and go thing you can do, aerobic and anaerobic activity. Okay? Go up and down the yard, go up and down the streets. Get physically active. All right, cardio and aerobic activity. Cardio, help that heart. Your heart is a muscle as well. All right? You want to keep it as healthy as you possibly can. But you know your fitness level, you know your your health conditions. So you want to work your body to the extent that you can work your body. All right? To the extent that you can work your body. But make sure you don't hurt your body. And when you find that you have plateaued, I just named 17 things you can do to switch it up when it comes to cardio. I just named 17 things you can do to switch it up. All right? Walk around your home, the outside of your home, the perimeter of your home. If it's too cold or too hot outside, but you do want to kind of get outside, just stay right around the home, right around the block. Don't go too far. Go out, go to the park. If it gets a little too cold, a little too hot, get in your car, okay? Walk around the biggest room of your home. Do laps around that, all right? If that's not enough, do 2 or 3 rooms, okay? So I think I just told you guys 20 things you can do. 20 things you can do to mix it up. 20 things you can do to mix it up and get moving. And keep moving. Once you get moving, keep moving consistently for 30 minutes straight. 30 minutes straight. Now, you don't have to do it fast. You know, some people are like, I can't keep doing that for 30 minutes. That's okay. You can do it for 30 minutes. Just slow down. Slow down. And if you still feel like you can't do it for 30 minutes, do it for 20. And if you're just starting, 15 is great. Because that way, if you can't do 15 and you feel like, nah, I got to stop at 10, at least you have done 10 minutes. And that's a difference. That's a difference. But I don't recommend less than 10 minutes for anybody, okay? Anybody. But if you're just starting out or you have health issues of a certain type, if you're maybe just a little rusty, you don't do a lot of moving, a little older, or even a little younger. You could be a little younger and be a little rusty because you really don't exercise or work out, right? 10 minutes may be optimal for you. But guess what? You will start to want to go that extra 5. You're going to push yourself eventually to go that extra 5. Then you'll be up to the 15 minutes that's definitely the least recommended, right? You'll be up to that 15 minutes, and before you know it, you'll be going 20 minutes, all right? Before you know it, you'll be up to 30. You'll be up to 30, okay? So you want to keep moving and start where you need to start for your fitness level. You will find that the more you do 10 minutes, you will gradually want to go up to another 5. You're going to push yourself to get up to 20. Next thing you know, you will be doing 20 minutes. Hey, Famous. Rooted in Essential Oil says, hey, Lines Pride in chat. How you doing, Famous? You picked up little buddy. You got little buddy. Famous. I was so tickled when you were talking about the Christmas tree. Because I'm always late taking my Christmas tree down. Like, I'm always late taking my Christmas tree down. I'm like, you know what? I think that's like tradition. I think that's like tradition for me to be late taking my Christmas tree down. It's well after New Year's before I take my Christmas tree down. That tree, look, that tree be up. We still have the lights on because it's kind of light. I was saying this earlier, like right before Christmas. When Christmas is approaching, everybody's talking about Christmas. We're talking about the holidays. And you even have some people there, they'll say, oh, I'll be so glad when Christmas is over. I'm not like that. I love Christmas time. I love Christmas time. And I don't try to rush time. Like, you know, I learned as I became an adult, stop trying to rush time, okay? Enjoy time. Be blessed. Be happy that you're blessed to be here and enjoy the time. Because when you're in your 20s, guess what? Before you know it, you're 35. So I'm always of the attitude now to just enjoy time. Even when I'm at work, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I be at work, I'm like, oh my gosh, come on, 3 o'clock, come on, 2 o'clock, come on, 7 o'clock. Whatever time I get off, I'm like, come on. Oh, but I've even started trying to just learn to just be patient. You know, be patient. You're gonna get off because somebody else has to come on. Okay? Yes, he's picked up, and we at home. Nope, it's not up now. But just when you were talking about it, I just took it down a couple of days ago. I just took it down a couple of days ago. I don't know why. You know, I know some people now they just have a Christmas tree for a tree for everything, but it's like they leave the tree. Now, if the tree is green, like, and you leave it up for Black History Month, and they put a lot of Black History figures or things like that on the tree. Okay. Well, February is also Valentine's Day, so some people leave it up and they put up Valentine's decorations. And I'm like, I guess that can match if the tree is green, but because some people just feel like they're not going to take it down, it's just going to redecorate it for every holiday. But I just feel like sometimes when it's a different holiday, the tree doesn't need to be green. It needs to be a different color. Like if your tree was green. Now, if it was white, then yeah. I think a green tree is good for, if you want to keep it up for Black History Month would be fine. Or if you choose to do Valentine's. I really think white or pink is good for Valentine's, but I think the green could work depending on the way you decorate it. Some people even, I had a friend in the office that decorated for St. Patrick's Day with their tree, and green would be good for that. Easter, well, see, when Easter rolls around, then I'm thinking white or pink or something like that again. And then what's after Easter? Like May Memorial Day, they'll do like red, white, and blue flags and things like that. I think white's good for that. Green can be good for that. And or blue, even a blue Christmas tree. I've seen blue Christmas trees. That's good for that. And then you got June. Well, now that we have Juneteenth, you can use what you use for February to redecorate. So some people just keep their tree up, or they put up another tree for every major holiday. They may not do it for all of those holidays that I named, but they'll do it for the major ones. And then you got 4th of July. You can use the same stuff that you use for Memorial Day. Next thing you know, listen, you know how fast Christmas rolls around. 4th of July, man, look, you got Labor Day. You can kind of use the same thing you use for Memorial Day or July 4th. Then you got October. Okay, you got October, and you decorate for Halloween. It's Christmas. If you want to do that, if you leave it up year round, you decorate for Halloween. You might as well just put some Thanksgiving stuff on there for November, and then redecorate for Christmas. Enjoy your time. Don't rush it. Right, because yes, I mean it flies so fast. It flies so fast. You just took yours down yesterday. Look, famous, I can't laugh at you. I can't laugh at you. I can't laugh at you. I'm right there with you. Because it was this week. It was this week. It was this week. I'm glad your cleanse is going good. I only decorate for Easter, Halloween, and Christmas, but only do trees for Christmas. Gotcha. Yeah, it's I think this started some years ago. People started to like leave their tree up. And I was like, what? And I thought it was like, okay, some people just being a little extra at first. And I still think sometimes it can be a little extra, but you know, look, if it's positive, who cares that it's extra? If it's positive, who cares that it's extra, okay? If it's positive, who cares that it's being a little extra? Who cares? Because now it's like the big thing to do. A lot of people do it. Now it's the big thing to do. A lot of people do it. A lot of people do it. So I kind of put stuff out for, I don't do the tree either, famous, for those other holidays. It's just funny to me that I've seen so many people do it. And it's almost becoming kind of normal for some people. It's like a yearly thing. You guys watch the legs move. I hope that you've been looking at the legs move. I forgot to tell you that earlier. We went over that. The disclaimer, professional, personalized disclaimer, right? We went over that. And you also know that we do not clinically, medically, or professionally assess, diagnose, treat, or evaluate over here. We just drop nuggets. Nuggets. You guys take those nuggets. I take the nuggets that you guys leave in the chat, and we research those nuggets, right? And see if we can use those nuggets to help us or anyone that we love, okay? Us or anyone that we love. Let's see. I read that one. I read that one. So yeah, that's what we do over here. We drop nuggets. We're not giving you any kind of healthcare advice. We're just dropping nuggets of information, right? Educational, informational, entertainment purposes only. That's that copyright 107. Now, I didn't say the full complete thing, but that's what it's all about, okay? You never know. There may be one person in your chat. There may be 3 people in your chat. There may be 30 people in your chat. You never know who gets that message. Who will get that message? And yes, you're not responsible for what people do, but as we have learned in this day and time, sometimes our words hold weight to people that we may not even know. You know, because you never know what state of mind the person is in. So they hear you say something that they may already be thinking about anyway, but they take what you say and kind of boost the thoughts that they're having in a way that they may need to kind of pump their brakes and research first, and just don't run with it and jump with it. And you just don't want that to happen. No, it technically won't be your fault, but you just want to be careful with the things that you put out. And when you put out anything that you're trained to put out, that you've been educated on professionally. You may be licensed, certified, and registered. Put it out. But make sure that you let them know that you use that disclaimer. Now, if you're not registered, I mean, you can do disclaimer all you want, but your disclaimer really don't stand on much, but it does help to say it, because you don't have a license, you don't have registration, you don't have certification, but you're being aware, you're being mindful, you're letting people know, because sometimes you simply just have to do that. Let people know that what works for you may not work for them. What works for them may not work for you. What you say and the nuggets that you drop, you're dropping them so that they can get educated on them. Continue the education once they get off of the live, okay? And see if some of those things may work for them or the ones that they love. Continue the education, all right? Do that research. Use reputable sources. Take that to your doctor and have a discussion. Have a discussion. And if you have more than one doctor, take it to every doctor that you have. Take it to your therapist. Take it to your nutritionist, your occupational therapist, physical therapist. Take it to your nutritionist, your dietitian. Have those discussions, okay? Have those discussions. And don't look for quick fixes. Sometimes a quick fix can be appropriate, but usually we got to put in the work, y'all, okay? We got to put in the work. So if there are certain quick fixes that can work, research those as well. All right? Don't just jump on it because it's a quick fix. Research the things that are quick fixes. You want to give those just as much research as you give to anything else. All right? Give the quick fixes just as much attention and research that you give to anything else. If you're checking on something to see if it can help lower your blood pressure, right? It's very important, because you got to take into account, how high is your blood pressure? Is your blood pressure controlled or uncontrolled? Are you on medication? If you're on that medication, is your blood pressure controlled with that medication? And once you decide to do something that may not be prescribed from your doctor, or take something that's not prescribed, you want to see if there could possibly be an interaction with the medicines that you're taking for your blood pressure, or anything that you're taking. Okay? So do your research. And there are some reputable sources. I usually say the .orgs, the .edus, and the .orgs for organizations, .edus for education, and the .govs. Now, to each his own. I know some of you guys may have a problem with some of the .govs, okay? I understand. But check something that's reputable, and usually those are the 3. And that being said, doesn't mean a .com can't give you really pertinent information, because it can. There are a lot of sources with the .com, okay, that have really, really, really good information. Really good information. And it gives you a lot of key points that you can use to discuss with your doctor, okay? They give you a lot of key points that you can use. So just make sure that your source is reputable. And remember that the libraries do still exist as well. There's nothing wrong with going inside of a library, okay? Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of the libraries have a lot of old resources. And there's, of course, some of the things that you find in the library as it relates to health and fitness may be, be old, may have changed now. And that's why I'm really, really, really on top of always giving the disclaimer. Because those who are in certain fields, we know that things change so often. We're required to get new information, new education every 2 to 3 years. In some cases, every year. To keep up those licenses, those certifications, and those registrations, we have to go and get retrained. Even though we've been to college, even though we've passed the national exams, we still have to go and get retrained and re-educated or newly educated. Because when it comes to science, kinesiology, the body is like a machine, okay? The body is amazing. God is amazing. The body is amazing. Researchers, scientists, doctors are learning new things every day. And sometimes the things that were okay 2 or 3 years ago aren't okay today. Sometimes the things that they said weren't okay 2 or 3 years ago, they're just fine today. Okay? They had to figure out sometimes how to utilize certain things that we thought we couldn't utilize, and to stop utilizing certain things that we thought we could. Stop taking certain things that we thought we could. Take the things that we thought we couldn't, and we can. Okay? Okay? It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So research changes, right? When it comes to health, fitness, medicine, things change. The research changes. So you have to be on top of that and know that, okay? And if you haven't been, that wasn't what you went to college for, that wasn't what you got your degree or certificate or your license or registration in, and you're out here just throwing out information that, one, you've heard someone else say, that's very irresponsible. Very irresponsible. Because you don't know if what they're saying has changed. There are doctors and therapists on here with YouTube channels, okay? They tell you, because they have the licenses and the registrations and the certifications, and they need to tell you, check with your caregiver, your physician, your primary healthcare provider. Okay? They really just want you to take the nuggets that they drop and tell you to check with those people, all right? So just do that. Stay on top of your health. Get your preventative care. Get your blood pressure checked at least once a month. If you're on medication for it, you probably check it once a week, all right? Hey, Stefan, what's going on, bro? How you doing today? Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Hope you're having a wonderful one. Stefan, you know I was about to get up out of here. But this, I've been on 49 minutes. Oh, I got a few minutes. Stefan, I'm done with Mike. I'm done with Mike this time, Stefan. He be funny. He be silly. And sometimes he's just downright funny, especially when Wayne is not on there. We got to get some comic relief, right? Mike is like the clown, especially when Wayne isn't on there. And I always feel real bad when somebody hurts Mike's feelings. But the way he did Rashad today, I'm done with Mike for a while. I'm done with Mike for a while. Mike is the friend. Mike is the friend that you just don't need. No, you're not going to watch. I'm going to watch because I want to see Rashad. Rashad kind of put a little threat out today. Rashad kind of put out a little threat today. Rashad said he got something for Mike. And I don't know what's going to go down. But what I'm thinking, Stefan, I'm thinking that Rashad is going to let Hulk know what happened. And Hulk is going to think, okay, that's my cousin. You better, ease up on my cousin. But then Hulk is going to probably have some other thoughts like, but damn, bro, y'all grew up together. Y'all went to school together. So if he could do him like that, he probably going to hit Mike with the, cuz, would you do me like that? He going to tell Hulk, but does he know that Mike messed with Hulk's girl? See, I couldn't remember if he knows that Mike messed with Hulk's girl. Because Mike was cocky. He was cocky. And Kendrick always trying to keep the peace. But I was with Rashal on that. Y'all sitting here, y'all both know, you know, and we supposed to be cool, but y'all treat him like he dumb. You treat him like he dumb. So, Stephon, there the dog is. There he is, bro. He was out here the other day. I don't think you were on here, though. I don't think so. Let me put it on. There he is. Y'all were asking about him. I had to put my light on. He reminded me to put my light on. I forgot. This happened. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all. Everyone is going to be in the room. Mike's sleeping with everyone. Exactly. Exactly. But did Rashal know that he doesn't Rashal know that he messed with Hulk's girl? I know that Kendrick knows. But does Rashal know? Because he gonna tell Hulk. And the way Rashal said that, he didn't say that like he was playing either. And he said it like he knew he was gonna have some backup. He said he got something for Mike. Because you don't do your friend like that. And Mike's sitting up there trying to justify it. So if you thought it was okay, Mike, he's talking about you letting people get over on you. Who are you what type of friend are you? Even if I felt like my friend was weak-minded or if my friend was a little clueless from time to time, aren't that's what you're supposed to be there for? Like, isn't that what's the song? That's what friends are for? Good times, bad times. You're supposed to be able to depend on them to help you out when you slipping, right? So Mike told Rashal that he messed with Hulk. Okay. I knew that Kendrick knew, but I wasn't sure if Rashal knew. And see, Rashal at this point said that's not what you do to a friend. So now Rashal basically doesn't consider him. He definitely doesn't consider him a brother. And I think he no longer considers him a friend because Mike was a little cocky. And see, Mike, because of the last time they had that fight, and he handled Rashal. Rashal was smart this time. Now, I think this time Rashal was mad enough. When a person gets mad, their fighting skills go up a little bit. Now, I don't know if he could have handled Mike, but I think he would have gave Mike more to think about this time. But Rashal was like, nah, that's all right. We cool. That's cool. Because I figured he knew, but I wasn't quite sure if he knew that he messed with his girl. So I figured he was going to tell Hulk about it because, Hulk is big on loyalty. Even when they checked Mike at Grandpa's house, Rashal was there. And Hulk knows their friendship goes way back. So I was thinking that he's going to tell Hulk. Hulk is going to be like, well, if you could do him like that, would you do me like that, Kozo? But no, he going to tell Hulk, just like he's not a friend to me, he's not a friend or cousin to you. Yeah, but Sonny or not, women want Steve ain't even looking back. Look, it's Steve Harvey, Rashal. See, Mike was like, but see, Mike rubbed that in though. So that's what I'm saying. He's not a friend. If you look at Rashal, most women are not attracted to Rashal. And I ain't even trying to be funny. And I hate that, they use his character like that. Like, dude, you're not that dude. And I looked at Mike with his big head self. I'm like, oh, Mike, you ain't all that now. You ain't all that either. Because he's a nice looking. Mike is nice looking. He's like what most women like, tall, muscular. But once he opens his mouth and the things that he says, Mike is a turnoff to a lot of women. Mike can't really be a turnoff to a lot of women by the things that he says and the things that he does. That's why I think Dominique felt like she could kind of get over on him sometimes, because he can be a turnoff. Now, if you're just talking about off the bat looks, before a woman gets to know Rashal, I think that there are a lot of women who would date Rashal, but they would have to get to know him. And I think that's why Sonny was so important to him. But it is so funny how they'll use you in a skit and kind of basically tell you that you ain't that dude. I'm like, you wouldn't be using me like that in the skit. If I was Rashal, I'd be like, nah, y'all ain't gonna use me like I'm the gullible one. Because most people know when they aren't like beautiful or great looking. But I do feel like Rashad can get a lot of women because a lot of women want to be treated good. They want to be treated nice. And it does seem like Rashad has that in him. Let me tell you something. Sometimes what people feel like is the most unattractive people, a lot of times they get a lot of women. A lot of times the most, what people would consider unattractive women, get a lot of men. And it's not because she's loose. You know, there's that aspect to life. But I'm saying you got some women who maybe they aren't the cutest women. Some, their shapes make up for what they look like in the face. Some, their face make up for the shape they don't have. Some just kind of, you know, they're just kind of, I would say average looking women. I don't call anybody ugly because like it looks are in the eyes of the beholder, right? Now somebody may not be as attractive as a lot of people or a few people or whatever. And Rashad is that guy that he ain't pulling in all the women, especially the way they write him, right? But if they wrote him differently, they could make Rashad a Romeo. If they wrote Rashad differently, they could make him that guy. But because he, you know, he's not the guy that women gonna run to. But if they wrote him differently, he could be that guy. Because women like a man. Look, let me tell you how many people I know that got married or dated that I thought would never date because I'm like, nah, he's too much into looks or she's too much into looks. If you treat a person a certain way, if they just give you any shot, any opportunity, and see, that's what was about to happen, I feel. Now, you know it's a skit, but the way they had Rashad and Sonny that day when he tricked her kind of into the date saying somebody else was going to be there, I think a little seed was planted that day. But then a tree called Mike stepped on the seed. I think a little seed was planted that day because Sonny had a good time. So even if it's someone that you're not attracted to or someone that you feel like is not attractive, sometimes they get the best looking women, those men. And sometimes those women who people don't consider so attractive, they get the best looking men because it's just about personality. So I feel like they should write Rashad's personality a little bit different. They make him gullible. They write him gullible. They write him clueless. And like he said today, Kendrick, you ain't no good either because both of y'all sitting up here like I'm dumb. So I think they could do better by Rashad with the way they write the skits. And Mike had that attitude. So I can't wait to see. You know how we was waiting on Amber, Anthony, and Shayla? Stefan, bro, I'm waiting on Hulk has a conversation with Rashad. But see, first I think Hulk is gonna feel like he's lying. But then he's gonna ask his girl, and he already gave her one chance. And he gonna be like, you got me out here wilding after somebody else, and it was my cousin. See, this is about to get serious if they write it right. I love it. Only thing everyone is going to find out about Mike sleeping with everyone. Yep. Before everyone finds out Anthony and that. Okay. I'm telling you, Stefan, to me, this more exciting than that. This is about to get more exciting than that. Because we just over. Everybody, if you look at the comment section, whenever there's something with Anthony and Shayla, or her parent, her mother, people just taking shots, or either they're just like another wasted skit, or they're asking, put out the truth. All the comment sections are asking the writers to put out the truth about baby Kai. Because otherwise, you sitting here with this lying man going to his wife, trying to turn the tables on his wife, but he's still not brave enough to tell his wife or anybody that he's still sleeping with Shayla. Because he didn't tell Wayne. Wayne asked today. Did you see Wayne? They had 2 skits together. Wayne still believes that's his baby. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take remember we were saying yesterday, it's going to take a man to open Amber's eyes about a man. You know? It's going to take a man. Anthony said, that baby got your clavicle. Wayne said that baby got your clavicle. And Anthony was like, but you rubbed your bra. That joke was hilarious. That was hilarious. He said that baby got your clavicle. I'm like, Wayne, the clavicle is up there, bro, right next to the shoulder. Wayne rubbed his eyebrow. But Wayne was telling him that baby looks like you. because they got the right baby to favor Anthony. They got the right baby to favor Anthony. But I still think it's a chance that Anthony's gonna lose half of his stuff, and that baby gonna end up being somebody else's. I want him to learn to be better. So if Mike gets beat up, cool, but still wants him. Yeah, I want Mike to win. Yeah, they need to go ahead and just go and be together. And see, and Mike needs, see, and Kendrick gonna feel away too. Because you remember Kendrick told him, you know, my cousin crazy, I'm trying to get her out of trouble. Kendrick is already trying to get that girl out of trouble. Mike slept with her. He slept with her. Now she's obsessed. Now she's obsessed. So it's when Sonny comes back, he's gonna have Kendrick's crazy cousin. And Sonny, since Sonny says she about it, remember when she wanted to go and help Shayla? So we're gonna see how about it she is, because Kendrick got a crazy cousin. That girl is obsessed. And I'm like, why do they write Mike so dumb? Mike went and opened the door, didn't even look out the peephole. I'm like, dude, look out the peephole before you just open the door. Yep, she got him drunk. She did get him drunk. But I feel like Kendrick is still gonna feel away, because Mike should have stood his ground when he said he wasn't gonna drink. Remember? He said he wasn't gonna drink. He said, nah, and then he said one shot. Now Kendrick told Mike the girl is crazy. Mike, why are you drinking with somebody like that? She did. She got him drunk. She sure did. But Mike, see, that's what I'm kind of mad with Mike right now. He talked all that junk to Rashad, trying to make Rashad feel bad, like he's gullible. Well, Mike, you were gullible last night because you let this girl get you drunk. The girl that your homie told you she's in trouble. Kendrick told him that girl is crazy. She got some mental stuff. She didn't even want Huck. I was wondering what was going to happen between her and Huck, because I don't know if you saw that one today, but she was telling Huck, why do you have to say crazy? And she was like, don't say crazy. So people been calling her crazy. So she got him drunk, but Mike should have knew better. He was sober before he got drunk, and he said no, he didn't want to drink. He took the shot anyway. And you know, a person, once he took that shot, just like with Dominique, remember? He took that first drink and it was over. It was over. Every time he gets drunk, he make bad decisions. Yep. I'll say this, every time he gets drunk, he makes worse decisions. Because I feel like he should never have dealt with Sonny. And if he was going to deal with Sonny, because he was sober then, I feel like with that situation, Sonny isn't Rashad's girl. You know, I think I said that in the comments. A lot of people said that in the comments. So he really didn't owe him because she's his girl. He owed Rashad an explanation because that's his friend. He owed Rashad an explanation because that's his friend. So he really didn't owe him any loyalty because he and Sonny weren't together. But like Rashad said, we grew up together. They just said that all the time. He was telling them people when he found out, that's my boy. You know, and you call me brother. So if you call me brother, we well past you calling me friend. Why couldn't you just tell me? Even if he told him after the first time, after it happened. Even if he told him after it happened. Even if he told him after it happened. Yep, he was drunk with the threesome. He was drunk with her. He was drunk with Dominique. But he was sober with Sonny. He was sober with Sonny. And I didn't really mind what he did with Sonny. It's the fact that I didn't mind him being because he felt like it was no big deal. Well, if it was no big deal, or if Rashad should stop being so gullible, why didn't you tell him? Why did you never tell him? Why do you keep hiding it? He was hiding it. Remember Rashad caught them in the hallway together one day? They're going to give him the two. They're going to give him the 2 minutes. And Granddad going to be like, I ain't in it. He going to be like, because he was about to give him the 2 minutes. Remember a few months ago, Granddad was so fed up with Mike. But granddad be calling Mike the dumb one. So he better hope his brother around. But Ralphie, I don't think Ralphie gonna get in it. I don't even think Ralphie's gonna get in it. Ralphie gonna be like, nah, you on your own, Mike. Now, if it gets too rough, he may intervene. But Ralphie gonna be like, you on your own, because Mike is not learning any lessons. He's doing the wrong things. He's making bad choices. He knows that he's not a drinker. So you allow this girl to get you drunk. Kendrick over there trying to let's talk about it. But wait till he finds out about Mike and his cousin. Wait till he finds out about Mike and his cousin. Then he gonna feel the same way Rashad feels. Like, you're not a friend to anybody. Mike is not a friend to anybody. After Chase party, oh my, Stefan. They don't need to be calling Aunt Lanta. They need to be calling Mike Lanta. Mike like my Lanta, running through everything. Oh my gosh. They need to be calling Mike Lanta. Because he's running through everything. That don't make no sense. It's dark, y'all. I got started a little bit later, but I've been on here over an hour. So guess what? I'm about to get out of here. Thank you, Stefan, bro, for coming in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Triple, for coming up in here. I appreciate you too, bro. Rooted in essential oils. They call him Famous. Thank you, Famous. Thank you, Triple Darkness. Stay active. Thank you, my bro, Stefan. Shawanda. I appreciate y'all for coming through today and keeping me company. Look at Rooted. Rooted's still in there. Rooted, you listen to us talk about this country Wayne. Rooted, I'd much rather do that. It'd be so much negative stuff on here. I have to find like little shows and stuff. We find little shows to talk about. So me and my bro Stefan, we into those country Wayne skits. Because they be good. They be good. They be good. So y'all check each other out. All of the content creators that came through here. I think it was Rooted. I think it was Rooted in Essential Oils. Triple Darkness Stay Active is a content creator. And I think it was just you two guys as far as content creators today. Shawanda is a very, very good supporter. So connect with Shawanda if you can. She gonna always come through and show support. I think he hurt because every girl he did him wrong. I think so too, bro. I don't think it's just Shayla. I think it's just he feels like, because you remember how he came at Rashad today talking about basically saying Rashad don't know how to handle women, when he's the one who don't know how to handle women for real. Because notice lately, the women are attracted to Mike, but they don't stick with Mike. They're attracted to Mike, but they don't stick with Mike. Like Shayla just got with Mike because she couldn't have Anthony at the time. I think Dominique at one time had feelings for Mike, but even she wasn't that into him because the whole reason they broke up is because she cheated. Yeah, she tried to get him back, but she cheated. And after a while, even she kind of like, okay, let me move on to somebody else. So the same thing he said to Rashad, he could apply that to himself. He doesn't know how to, he's talking about Rashad doesn't know how to do whatever with women, but Mike, you don't know how to pick the right women. You don't know how to pick the right women. Thank you for those hearts, Rooted. I appreciate it. He said, yes, he's still here. Yeah, thank you for those hearts. Yeah, so it's like, I'd rather watch skits and stuff because I find the skits taking up more of my time on social media now. So when I'm on YouTube, if I'm not doing a short, y'all check out the shorts table. You know I'm a shorts channel. Check out some of the rain videos. A few of the ocean videos are still up there. It doesn't take that long to just get relaxed. Listen to those sounds, kind of ASMR sounds, and get relaxed and comfy and help yourself unwind and go to sleep if you have a problem sleeping. Or if you just have a problem kind of unwinding. Sometimes we don't really have the problem once we're asleep or getting to sleep. Sometimes we're just wired, you know? Sometimes people are just kind of wired when it's time to go to bed. So start looking at what you're eating. You know, don't take in caffeine for at least an hour before you go to bed, before you go, get ready to go to sleep. Leave the caffeine alone, leave the chocolate alone, which has caffeine, maybe not as much as a cola, but it does have some caffeine. So start looking at the things that you eat at night and just, pay attention to what you're eating and start letting those things, start staying away from those things when it's time to wind down. Let me see. I hope they write it right. Might be good. Right, but be disappointed in Amber and yep. 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 Mike is good. He makes me mad, but his skits are good. He makes me mad, but his skits are good. And I'm so disappointed in Anthony and Amber skits right now. Shayla, Anthony, and Amber. And I want to see Brittany's mother came today. Brittany's mother came today. She's so mean to Brittany. Now, I know that like sometimes parents have rocky relationships with their adult kids and vice versa. And sometimes one child feels favored over the other or others. I understand that. But Amber is not this. Amber is Brittany's friend. And she treats Amber like Amber's her daughter. She treats Brittany like Brittany's a stepchild, like a redheaded step. You're supposed to treat any child, whether they're your stepchild, adopted child, and of course your biological child, you're supposed to treat them like they're your child, treat them good. Of course, y'all not gonna always get along, but she blatantly treats Brittany bad. Now I understand Brittany. You know, Brittany can kind of be extra, but nah, she's not being extra when it comes to her mom. Brittany's telling the truth. So she's supposed to be teaching Erica and Brittany's mama on the same page. Supposed to be teaching her how to get back at Aunt. So I gotta see that. I know we could talk all night about Country Wayne, bro. Look, we could. I've been going. Y'all know I used to go live late at night sometimes. I think I might start on my off days. The night before, I might start going live late again. Look, bro, we'll sit there and talk about Country Wayne. Yeah, Amber, Anthony, and Shayla. It's just it's getting old, and then they're starting to like add new little extra storylines to the side. Like Brittany's mother's there, Erica's there. They're trying to tell Amber how to deal with Anthony when they need to deal with Anthony and Amber and this baby first. They trying to tell her how to deal with him. He didn't cheated now. She didn't call him now. But since he is lying, he's saying he's not with Shayla. He told Wayne he wasn't messing with Shayla. Because Wayne asked, look, Wayne did an interview today. Is that your baby? You still messing with Shayla? I ain't know you was like that. Wayne did an interview today. So since he's still lying about Shayla and about the baby, when Amber catches him, this time, now Erica and Brittany's mama may be on to something. So I was about to say they're getting all these little extra side storylines, and then Amber went through all this pain, and y'all gonna make her go through pain again when she finds out that that's his baby? Oh, you ain't lying, bro. He be lying bad. He be lying real bad, and then he has the nerves to have an attitude. He's scared of Amber. Anthony is scared of Amber. Yeah, he kind of bowled up in the house or whatever. When he had that little attitude, the way he was looking at her. Oh, he was scared. I promise you he was scared. But he tried to, he didn't man up because he was a liar. But he tried to stick his little chest out and have attitude. And like the narcissist he is, tried to gaslight her and make everything he did her fault. So when they find out about baby Kai, that's going to be her fault. No, it was your fault. You slipped and fell over in Shayla. And so baby Kai just happened to be created through that. He lied so bad, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm just tired of their skits. And now I'm kind of interested because it seems like, I put in the comments, since they ain't let Coco find out yet, look like Brittany's mama is a good replacement for Coco for right now. Let Brittany's mama and Shayla mama lock up. Yeah, just tell the truth. Like, you have been caught. You were busted. Go ahead and tell the truth. Tell the truth. Like, man up and tell the truth. Once you get caught in, like, the biggest lie, honestly, is the baby. Because people cheat all the time. And with time and healing, relationships can last, can prosper, can get better if they stay together. But you cheated and created a baby. So that was the worst part of the lie. You created a baby. Amber could get past the cheating. We already know that. Because she's sitting up there talking about was she a good wife. What could she have done this? Even Malachi Jr. was like, you want to get back with him? So, and I mean, I don't fault her for that. Such is life. When people get cheated on, like she said, she's married. She don't really want to go through a divorce. I understand her. I understand that part. So right now, the cheating isn't the biggest part of it. It's the baby. And then it's the hiding the baby. Like, Anthony, you such a punk. It's the hiding the baby. It's the him lying to everybody about the baby. Like, it's all like, and then even what Amber said did make sense. I mean, if that's the case, why not just tell it all? But like Brittany said, I've been liking Brittany, and I've been liking Bethany crazy self too. The whole other her skits. I've been liking Brittany because Brittany been telling her the truth. You think a liar gonna tell the truth about something like that? He lied and cheated with your best friend, and lied to you when you called him talking about it ain't what you think it is. So you think he would tell the truth about how long it's been going on? Do you think he would tell the truth about the fact that that's his baby? And then you got Shayla, dingy dumb, delusional, but talking about, do you want another baby? I said, this man ain't even divorced, girl. You done cheated him. So she just all with it. If it boiled down to Anthony saying, I want both of them, Shayla will be right with it. She's sitting up there talking about, I call her Stanker. Does he want another baby? Girl, you ain't provide him no family. You getting him a whole side family, but then you hurt the woman that you called your best friend. So what you think? Amber gonna start babysitting y'all baby? Do you think Amber gonna start babysitting y'all baby? Yeah, she's so dumb. Shayla is so dumb. It's ridiculous. I don't know why they hid that comment. Did it show up now, Stefan? When you said she dumb too, they held it for review. But I hit show. Can you see it? I don't know why they hid that comment. Out of all the things that they can hide and all this stuff that go on these apps, they hide some of the light stuff. You got people on here cussing each other out left and right. They don't stop those lives. They don't stop those videos. They got people cussing folks out in the chat. They don't stop that. But you put, she dumb too. They held it for review. When you first put it in, they held it for review. I had to hit show. Oh my gosh. This social media is something else. They out here now talking about you can label people who live a different lifestyle than you. You can label them as mentally ill. All kind of old stupid mess. Okay, I hit it. I was wondering if it allowed to pop back up. But I'm about to get out of here, bro. I've been on for an hour and 18 minutes. I got my little cap on so that they can see my light. But I think I mashed it back off. I did. I turned it off and didn't even know it. So I wish you guys peace, positivity, and prosperity. Okay? And you know why? Because without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity live, roam together, play together, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. Don't let these bothered people out here bother you. Don't let bothered people bother you. A lot of times when people are bothered by their issues and the situations that they have going on, they try to bother other people. Don't let bothered people bother you. Don't you bother anybody either, okay? Because we're all human. Sometimes we get a little razzled, okay? Don't let stress people stress you out, all right? Don't let stress people stress you out. And if you find yourself in a misery lounge, a misery spot, a miserable anything, location-wise, even in a mental space, grab your grip and go. Get up out of there. Protect your mental, protect your emotional, protect your peace, protect your physical. You ain't got time to be letting your blood pressure get up over somebody you don't know. And if it happens 1 or 2 times, catch yourself. Don't let it happen again. Let it be a rare occasion, okay? Let it be a rare occasion. Because sometimes people can just rub your nerves and step on your nerves just the right way and just make you come out of a bag that you don't want to come out of. So when people do that, think about your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual. Those things like that cause you to get angry and start to just go off. Your blood pressure goes up, okay? Your immune system gets a little lighter because your body's not focusing on the right thing. It's stressed, okay? The bad hormones, the levels of those bad hormones go up. That cortisol and a lot of other things, okay? We want to keep those good mood stabilizing hormones in check. We want to keep those up. We want those endorphins to go up. That's why we exercise. We want those endorphins to go up. That's why we're physically active. Work that heart, but don't work your body, but make sure you don't hurt your body. Don't overwork. Do what's right for you. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Pull that oxygen, pull that O2 in and release that CO2. Pull that O2 in, that oxygen, and release that carbon dioxide. Okay? Move, move, move. Get some cardiovascular and aerobic activity in. Work that heart, work those lungs, pull that O2 in, let it out. And when you pull it in, go deep. Go deep, 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 deep. That's one good thing Ike Turner told Tina Turner. You got to go deep, Ellie. You got to go deep. Okay? Let it out. Hey, Beetle. Hey, Beetle. You caught me right before I got ready to sign off of here, Beetle. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Hope you had a wonderful Wednesday. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Stefan says, okay, we talk again. Wish I come up on the live. We talk. Woo, Stefan. Look, I have to do a StreamYard, bro. You gonna come up on the StreamYard and we can talk about this thing. Beetle says, hey, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you, Beetle. Again, I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Look, it's hump day. It's hump day, okay? We're over the hump a little bit, all right? We're over the hump. It's getting dark out here. It's getting dark, but I'm just a few steps away from where I need to be. They're outside looking down here. I'm a few steps from where I need to be. I usually make laps, but when it starts to get dark, I stay right on the same. I stay right on the street that I need to be on. And then we link up and we get out of here. We link up and we get out of here because it's two other people walking today with me, but we walk different ways. I like to go the way I go every day, and they like to go a different way. Beetle says, good, got to stay safe. Exactly, got to keep that head moving. Just like you want to keep those legs moving, we got to keep that head moving. And even though somebody is out here, they're down there. So you're right, Beetle, got to be safe. Got to be safe. Got to be safe. So y'all, look, again, it's hump day. You've gotten over the hump. And whether it's just hump day that you got, we got through Wednesday, like me and Famous was talking about earlier. Cherish each day. Don't rush the days, okay? Enjoy Monday. I know we all like to say, oh, it's almost the weekend. Look, enjoy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the same way you enjoy Saturday and Sunday. Enjoy each and every day because time flies. All right? Time flies. God made 7 days. Enjoy each of those 7 blessings, okay? Because time flies. Like I was saying earlier, you're 21. Next thing you know, you're 25. Before you know it, you're 35. And you're like, wait, hold up, wait. Then you find yourself thinking, am I liking what I'm doing right now? Do I want to do something else? And you may say, well, I think I might be good. And then next thing you know, you're 40, 42. All right? And you're thinking, okay, they just increased the retirement age to about 65? So I got one more chance to do something a little different if I want to. But the time has flown by. You look back over and you're like, dang, I was in my 20s when that happened. I was in my 30s when I did that. So enjoy each and every day, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hump day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? Enjoy them all. Enjoy them all. Time, age go by in a flash, Beetle. And it's like when you looking back over it, some of the things that you remember when you were in your 20s that you did, say you're 38, 39 years old, you'll be like, I was 21 when that happened, or I was 25 when that happened. I thought I was at least 30. You be like, geez. So that's why it's like you tell these young kids, they laugh when they see adults and they laugh. And I'm like, keep living. Because the blessing is to get old. So keep living. While you're laughing, you'll be laughing up on 35. And kids, or trying to have kids if you don't have kids. Or some people nowadays at 38 with grandkids. The grannies are getting younger and younger, y'all. The grannies are getting younger and younger. And back in the day, they would be young. It was nothing back in the day for someone 14 or 15 to have a kid. It started to become rampant at some point. But back in the day, the 40s, the 50s, yeah. People who were 15 were having kids, 14, 15, 16. And then it started to just kind of get out of control at one point in the 80s and 90s. But yeah, There are a lot more younger grannies now. And some of them just received, if they went to college or something, or they decided to wait a little bit, some of them just getting out of college. And they got grandkids during they're about to get out of high school. There's nothing for a 38-year-old to have a 20-year-old kid with a 3 or 4-year-old. You know? Nothing for that. Gray hair is a crown of wisdom. Yes, society is losing respect for their elders. Exactly. 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 It's definitely a sign of wisdom because I can remember in the day when young people, and there's some young people now, they have gray hair. They have gray hair. And that's definitely a sign of a wise person, a person who's wise in some degree, some way. I can remember being in high school. There was one girl we had in high school. She had gray hair, like a little patch of gray hair. Now, sometimes it could be like a birthmark. It could be hereditary. But sometimes it was just throughout her hair, a little gray string here or there. That was a sign of wisdom. She was going to be a wise person. And guess what? That girl grew up and she became a big-time realtor out in LA. Matter of fact, she's one of my friends that had to evacuate. She became a big-time realtor. So anybody can be smart enough to become a realtor or whatever, but I'm talking about she makes heavy investments. She does some good stuff. So, and she wasn't exactly the smartest person in high school, but she had a wisdom about her. You know, the book sense is great, but there's something about that intellectual sense, especially if you have a great degree of intellect, wisdom. That wisdom will show through. Her wisdom has shown through. Stefan says, I only got one child, 13. Yeah, you did tell us you got one 13-year-old. See, Stefan, bro, nowadays, you got people, and I mean, it happened, like I said, it happened in the 30s and 40s, because I can remember my grandparents, like their older kids had kids at 13, 14, and my great-grandparents raised them, you know? But then it's like, in the 80s and 90s, it became this big thing. It was like almost like happening so much. They started to teach not sexual, but what is it? What do they call it? You got certain things about the reproductive system and having babies and things like that in health class, but then they started to teach something that was a little bit more deep. But then you have conservative people who, and you know, when it comes to stuff like that, I'm gonna be on the conservative side. I want you to be careful with what you teach my child about. But at the same time, you got to think about it. Some kids aren't taught anything about that kind of stuff at school, but it doesn't mean that they're not exposed to it. So at least if they could get it from somewhere, you know, that's more helpful. At least if they can get it from somewhere, that's more helpful. Let's see, they held it for review again. I don't know what's on here. Yeah, Beetle. Okay, they held that for review. See, did y'all notice I caught myself when I said it? It was the sex ed comment. They held it for review. So I'm telling you, sometimes they hold stuff for review and you're like, why did you hold that for review? Right. See, one of them, it won't let me show. It says potentially inappropriate messages are held for review. I just said, got it. Right. See, now people get on here and curse people out, drag people from filth left to right. They don't stop those lives, and people complain about them. They let them stay up. But certain words that you say in the comments, or you say as a content creator on your lives, and they won't let it go through. I'm like, wow. You know, and the channel isn't made for kids. And I understand that they know that just because you select that designation, not made for kids, it doesn't mean kids aren't going to see it. So I understand that. But it's still so funny to me. That's what we're talking about. I'm conservative in my way of thinking as far as what you teach my kid at school. But sometimes you got parents who aren't comfortable having those conversations. They never have those conversations. So at least your child can get it from somewhere instead of getting it from the streets. Instead of getting it from the little boy in the classroom that's looking at her real cute, real funny, and then they end up walking home and they make a detour. You know what I'm saying? And then she goes home, and next thing you know, she's feeling like a little woman now. Next thing you know, he's feeling like a man now. So certain classes, it was good for them to teach. You know, yeah, you don't want them teaching certain things, but especially if you're a parent who really don't talk about it. Like some parents, this is the talk. Don't mess with those boys. That's the talk. You better leave those girls alone. Don't mess with those girls. That's the talk. The talk needs to be a little bit more detailed. And I can say for myself, some of my talks should have been a little bit more detailed. You know, not because something happened. I just looking back 2020, hindsight is 2020. There are some ways you can talk better, but a lot of times during that time you don't know that. So a lot of times these kids, people who have these kids, sometimes they don't know how to talk to their kids, and they start getting to that age where they've reached puberty and they can reproduce. Sometimes they don't know how to have those talks, or they just don't have to talk because they just automatically assume, well, I know where he is, I know where she is every given minute, any given moment. So that's not happening. And next thing you know, boom, 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 9 months, it happened 9 months ago. You know? Beetle says, I'm guilty of that. Yeah, and it's like you can't beat yourself up about it. You just gotta learn from it. Whatever happened, if somebody, a little one was produced or not, you just got to learn from it. And other things can happen too, other than something, a baby being produced, you know? Other things can happen too. You can make decisions that you wish you had never made because something else happened. But whatever happens, you just got to learn from it and try your best to do better, whether it be with your future grandkids or your nieces and nephews, and even with those kids, you know? Because a lot of times when something happens, they're still not grown. They just maybe have a grown situation now, but they're still not grown. You know, they just got a grown situation now. So, you know, I don't think they're even allowed to teach that class anymore, if I'm not mistaken. And maybe it depends on the location. Maybe it depends on the state. But, you know, they're getting so crazy now with what they want you to teach. They don't even want you to teach about slavery because they don't want the future generations to even acknowledge it. So if they don't want you teaching about slavery, and they don't want you understanding the fact that everybody's choice is not going to be like your choice. Sometimes you're going to have ladies who like ladies, men who like men. Whether you're with that or not, whether you agree with that or not, it happens. It's happening. That's why it was in the closet. Now people are freer to tell it. Let them tell and be what they are, as long as they're not hurting anybody. Imagine the people who get hurt because somebody felt like they needed to hide their sexual orientation. A lot of people get hurt because of that. And now they're trying to make it so that people kind of put it back in the closet. So you get a lot of people hurt because people are trying to live in a way that's not the way they want to live because they're afraid of being shamed. So whether I agree with it or not, or whether I would do it or not, that's not the issue. My issue is whatever I agree with, let people be people. Let them do what they do as long as they don't hurt anybody, you know? And as far as the youth, when you allow people to be people, you allow those youth to have more questions and search for more answers. But a lot of times, like we said, that's the problem. People aren't giving the answers. People aren't having certain talks. So it's like, what do you do? It's hard for some parents to imagine their kids having, right. So they don't even think about it. They think, well, I know where he is. I know where she is. When she's not here, she's at school. He's at school. When he's not at school, he's at football practice. When she's not at school, she's at cheerleader practice. She's at basketball practice. They don't think about the quickies, you know? And then some parents do. We know it ain't nothing for little John. Basketball practice would be over at 4:30. Tina's basketball practice was over at 4 o'clock. She told Mama it was 4:30 today. It ain't nothing for her, Tina and little John to run back there somewhere in a private spot at school for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Mom pulled up to pick up Tina. Tina just zipped up them pants. You see what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. And sometimes, a lot of times, we didn't have those conversations because we felt like we knew where they were at every waking moment. Beetle says that angers me, how they want to ignore real history. Right, and how real human slaves were affected throughout history. Exactly. And I don't remember one time slaves of African descent saying that we were the only ones. But it seems like we get treated like it didn't happen to us. We always acknowledge everything else that happened to everybody else. But when it comes to acknowledgement of anything of African descent that was a wrongdoing, they don't want to acknowledge it. They can acknowledge things about other races, other religions, but they don't want to acknowledge it if it happened in the black community. The only thing that you're going to get is, it didn't happen to you. It was your ancestors. You don't even know. Well, you know what? The things that you did to my ancestors, are that didn't happen to us, those things that you did, those things that you withheld, the mistreatment they got, are a direct correlation of the ways that we get treated today. And they're a direct correlation to you thinking that you can treat us the way that you do today. So it did happen to us. It did happen to us. It happened. It is generational. It's generational. Some of the exact acts didn't happen. No. And sometimes some of those acts still happen today. Okay? So we do have a right to be upset, to be angry about the fact that you basically kind of want to squash our history because of what your ancestors did. And then when you can't fight the argument that what they did was wrong, you act as if they helped us in some way. How do you know they're taking us away from those? Everybody feels like we didn't all come from Africa. But say if we're going to talk about those that did, how do you feel like? How do you know that helped us? How do you know that? You can't say that. You can't. You don't know that. Had they been left right there where they were, and yes, some of the kings and queens did sell them, but were they aware of the treatment that you were going to give? Yeah, they were aware that they were stacked like sardines, but were they aware that you were going to do the things that you did? When the population started to grow and it got to be more than what you wanted it to be, and you couldn't handle the fact that they were here and they're walking around like you with a head, with 2 arms, 2 legs, a way of thinking, a mindset, and even some of your kids are teaching them to speak your language now. So that was a little bit too much for you, huh? We were just supposed to be like robots. We were just supposed to be like robots. The blatant racism, exactly. The blatant racism really angers me, Beetle, because it's so blatant. And it's like they want you to, it's just like to get the chip off your shoulder. When you say something, you respond, there's a chip on your shoulder. No, it's not a chip on my shoulder. You have a degree of arrogancy and a degree of entitlement that you should not have. That's what we need to get rid of. The entitlement that you have. Okay, they need to get rid of the entitlement that they have and pay attention to know that they aren't the only ones who are important. You know, and a lot of them are a lot of them are very religious. They're religious to the point that they still believe that, yes, listen to us because we're religious and we're telling you what's right and what the Bible says. But notice, they only interpret the parts of the Bible that are conducive to the things that they would like to do. You know, they only interpret the parts of the Bible to you that are productive for them. Productive for them. Yes, bro, I'm about to get out of here. You know, me and Beetle started a whole during new conversation. Started talking about these kids and what we need to try to talk to these kids and just, you know, what it started about these grandparents sometimes being 38 years old. Their kids, 20 to 22? 22-year-old could have a 5-year-old. You're 38 with a 20-year-old because you had it at 16. And that 22-year-old waited just another year longer than you did and had one at 17. Now you're 38 with a 5-year-old grandbaby. And that's now a school-age child. That's a school-age child. So, you know, we need to have more dialogue, more conversations. We need to converse more. And we say it all the time. We said it for generations, y'all. We said it when we were in school. People said it to us. The parents said it to us. The people that our parents' age, our grandparents said it to us. And it's just like you can't get these kids to understand, though, that everything y'all do, it's been done before. Sometimes y'all say some things that are just outright. And the respect level, now that is the difference. I would say with from this generation of young people compared to all other generations, when we were kids, we had some that get a little disrespectful, but they got checked. They got put in place. But for some reason, some of us have allowed these kids to feel like it's okay to be disrespectful to adult people. The only time it was okay to be disrespectful to an adult back in our day was when that adult was trying to cause you harm, trouble, or ill will. You had every right to be disrespectful then because you were protecting yourself. But these days, these kids will walk right by you, right by their parents, friends, and they would curse or something. And that's my mama's friend. They would be so ashamed. They would be apologetic. And even if they didn't apologize, they would be ashamed. They'd drop their heads. They'd try to go the other way. These days, they looking right in your face, laughing and having a conversation, cussing like any of cussing like the best sailors, giving the best sailors a run for the money. Okay? Giving the best sailors a run for the money, cussing people out. Beetle says it's easy for racists to mistreat other racists whom they view as less of a human. Exactly, and that's what the problem is. Stefan says it's okay talking in great right. It makes the time go by fast, don't it, Stefan? Cause I'm telling you, it's been an hour and 40 minutes. That's what happened yesterday. End up being on here for 2 hours. Friend parents, right, right. Like I say, the past generations, we at least had a degree of respect. But I'm talking about people our age, for some reason, they want to be friends with these kids. Kids like in high school, maybe early college, they're 17, 18, 19 years old. And you 38, but you want to be your 19-year-old's friend. It don't work like that. You're still their parent. You and I used to say, like our parents said, I ain't here to be your friend. I'm here to be your mom and your daddy. It's okay to be friendly with your parents, meaning they can approach you. You want them to be able to come to you. You don't want it to be such a relationship where they're gonna always think you're gonna always get mad, or you're gonna always judge, or they're gonna be a disappointment. So I understand the friendliness, but you shouldn't be thinking of the relationship that you have with your kids as being their friend. You can even say, I'm your friend. I mean, I get that. But when you say that, you let them know that you're going to have their back when the friends that they're calling friends don't, as it's the sense of the word friend. But you have to be able to yourself. Sometimes, sometimes these parents, they don't make that differentiation. Yeah, I've told my kids, I'm your friend. I'm your friend. When it comes to the way people are going to treat you, who's going to give you the most respect, or who's going to be there for you, even though I get mad at you, even though you get mad at me, even though sometimes I have to punish you, I'm your friend. Because at the end of the day, I want what's best for you. I want more for you than I did for myself. Your friends don't want that. So yeah, in that sense, I'm your friend. But this stuff about hanging out with your kids like you're their friend, trying to let them have their way so they can be happy with you, nah, that friendship stuff like that should be out the window when it comes between parents and kids. But you're right, Stefan. It's those friend parents. That's what it is. Beetle says, right, nowadays the parents model disrespect and allow foul language. Right, they allow it. I remember back in the day, if a kid, a little baby would curse, we would laugh. I ain't gonna even lie to you, we would laugh. But we taught them it was wrong. Because babies gonna be babies. They feeling their way. They gonna hear you say a curse word, and guess what? That's gonna be one of the first words after mama and dad that the babies learn. If they hear you say shh, they gonna say it. That's just what it is. But you tell them, you teach them, and you try your best not to use the words around them, even though you still do. You know how they say, do as I say, not as I do. Well, they're gonna do as you do. And we gotta be realistic with ourselves. A lot of times we did things that we shouldn't have done, right? And we tried to teach them. And the only thing that you could tell them is like, okay, I do it. But you're a child. You have to teach them what a child's place is. So that's the best way to do it. When you come from that, do as I say, not as I do, but you know that you keep saying things that you shouldn't say sometimes, then you got to take a different approach. Because if you can't change your what you say, how you talk, if you just a person, because sometimes people just cuss. You got some people who are cussers. They cussers. They're cursers. But if you know that you do that, you still gotta. Then that means you gotta figure out a way to teach your child that they don't do that. Whether it's you related to the age, their place in life, their place, in society, the things that kids should and shouldn't do. It's bad to say it's okay for you you don't put it out there like that. It's okay because I'm an adult. You just let them know that you're not perfect. And you sometimes, that's the way I had to try to just kind of work some things out. Let them know that I'm not perfect. And yes, I do some of the things that I tell you not to do. I say some of the things, but I'm wrong. I'm wrong. And see, that goes into, you can go into teaching some accountability too. But I had to say, I'm wrong. Yes, I cuss. I'll curse sometimes, and I ask you not to do it. But I'm telling you not to do it because it's wrong, and it's wrong when I do it. And when I do it, I'm trying my best not to do it. And sometimes we have those habits before we have kids, So like I say, you can tell somebody something all day long, but if you keep doing it, then you're teaching them something else. Kids used to get mouths washed out with soap. Okay, Stefan says facts. A lot of parents are scared of their children. Yeah, now that is the problem too. That is the problem too, Stefan. A lot of these kids, What, and they don't even have to be big kids. It used to be, it used to be when people say if these parents scared of their kids, you look at the kid, you be like, damn, he's 6'5", 250 pounds. No wonder they scared of him. But nowadays they can be 5'2", could be a little dude 5'2", or 120 pounds, and he drawing up and pumping up at his parents, and the parents getting intimidated. But the parents will go out in the street and fight somebody else, but they intimidated by their own kids. Like, what the heck is what is that about? Or even if they're not scared from a physical perspective, it's the mental perspective. Because like you say, they want to be their friend. They don't want them angry with them. Our parents didn't care when we got mad. They'd be like, you'll get over it. You'll get over it. They didn't care when we got mad. You better check yourself and get over it. But these kids now, like you say, they'll sit there and be cursing right in your face. Their parents walk up, they ain't saying nothing. And if you look at them like, have you had home training? Like, who raised you? The parent will come around the corner looking at you like, how dare you? How dare you? Fight the teacher, but scared of the child. Come on, Stephon. Fight the teacher, but scared of the child. Like I said, it used to be because of their size or something like that. But now it's because they don't want to be on the outs with their child. They don't want to be on the outs with their child. That's crazy. That's crazy. Even when we became adults, my parents didn't really want to party with us unless it was like a celebration, a wedding, or something like that. My parents didn't drink and smoke and stuff anyway. But when we were in situations and environments where like it was a family function and other people were, they didn't feel comfortable about that. They knew we were grown though and they had raised us, but it's still, there's a line. There is a line. And you can get to the age where you do go to parties and events and stuff with your parents, but still there is a line. There is a line. So I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I'm about to go inside. Thank you guys for staying here with me, Stephon, bro. You know I always appreciate you. Thank you so much, Beetle, for coming in here, contributing to the conversation. Triple Darkness, Stay Active was in here. Famous was in here. I think each and every one of you guys, Shawanda. So what's tomorrow? Thursday? I think I'm going walking again, exercising in the morning, go walking tomorrow. Of course, like we do over here, we walk and we talk. We walk and we talk. So I will see you guys tomorrow, if it's the Lord's will. Okay, we'll see you over here in Lions Pride for the next Let's Walk and Talk. Glad I caught you walking talk. Thank you. Glad I caught your walk and talk. Appreciate you, Beetle. I'm glad you caught it too. Stephon Beetle says, bye, bro. Beetle, Stephon, bye is Stephon. Okay? So in case you hear me say bye or Stephon interchangeably, that's the same person. That's my bro. That's my bro. All right, y'all. I love y'all, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.